that I know some of you have used to write press release in like minutes. I know Allison Child, who's doing my press here, uses that a lot, right, Allison? So just let me know. And I know George is of good heart, so I know he will do it. So having said that, I'm going to have Terry make a comment and say goodbye, and then Mike will wrap it up.
I got one last thing.
Oh, sorry.
Do you want me to do like a 1 minute? Do you have 1 minute for me to finish? One thing, I'm not too far removed from sitting in the audience where the victor at home or the victor in the audience may be, and there might be some things that say, or I could picture myself saying, wow, this sounds complicated. There's a lot of things. It's wow. And plus, how am I going to get this panel? This panel's helping out Victor, but I'm the other Victor in the home watching this or in the audience here. I stated earlier some things I learned from Jason Oman and Mike Littman, and there's a couple things that come to mind in reference to that. There's a statement that I learned from Mike called, you don't have to get it right, you just have to get it going. And it takes a massive action. How do you get it going? If you can't interview an expert, interview a friend or have a friend interview you. Start now doing something. Take some action. It doesn't have to be grand, earth-shattering action, but you have to take some action. So I remember hearing Tom Antion describe the power of a tele-interview to me when I was listening to a teleseminar. So I called up one of my friends who I thought would be eager, because all Tom Antion said was, how long does it take to get a product? About 2 hours. You have your friend interview you, and you interview your friend. You have a product. That's your product. If that's all you have to go with, run with it. And it also educate you on how to conduct an interview. You'll get your feet wet. You'll learn how it goes. You'll get in the flow and practice. But here's the thing. I called my one friend who is into this type of stuff, and he's like, he was basically paralyzed by analyzing everything, and we didn't get progress. I contacted him in 2001. We still to this day haven't done an interview, because he's still working it out. Don't be that person who's working it out. Just get it done. You don't have to get it right. Just get it going. And seriously, so I went to that friend who I was all excited. I already envisioned it, and here it is 5 years later. It hasn't occurred. So I went to another friend. Do the same. I encourage you just to take massive action. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering, but just take some action. And you've heard a ton of steps. Try not to overcomplicate it. Don't get paralyzed by overcomplicating it. Just take action. You'll learn as you go. Hey, we can all raise our hand and say, if I'd have known then what I know now, we'd have done a lot better. But if you don't get it going,